almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Hey guys, hey look, I get to rate my own song. Oh boy, that's kind of funny. Maybe I should write a comment about myself. Song is too long and too difficult. Does not sound like a song, sounds like an exercise. It's the little things that amuse me. Okay. Okay, here we go. Alexis Yousician here from the game Yousician, or app, or instructional tool, however you want to call it. If you haven't downloaded Yousician yet, if you're new to this, the link is in the description box, so check that out. That's what this whole stream is going to be all about. So there are weekly challenges for the app, and that's what I'm going to be doing today, streaming. I'm going to be playing each one of the songs and breaking them down if there are any issues or any things to talk about. Let's go for the easy one.
Perfect. Keep on rocking like this.
Alright, awesome. 93rd place. Okay, so there we go. That one's done and over with. That one, I don't think there's even a single offbeat on that one. Mostly just those two notes. Pretty easy. Let's take a look at this one.
Almost
Alright.
perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
I don't think I'm going to redo that one. That one's a neat one. I like that one. I actually haven't tried this one in practice mode. It's a neat melody. I think this one you could. I was doing it all down picking. You could alternate pick this. If you're not comfortable with alternate picking, this would be a great one to practice alternate picking on, because it's not so fast that if you had to revert to down picking, you can do so. But it's slow enough, and it's not super complex, so you can just work on it to practice your alternate picking. And I would try to maintain strict alternate picking, going down up, down up, down up, but not a whole lot of crazy rhythms for that one. But nice one. I like that one. All right, fingerpicking.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Not great, not horrible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down a little bit. This one is a great argument for using your fourth finger on that third fret of the second string. And the reason why this is a good one to do that is because going into the C chord, your third finger is free. So versus if you use your third finger on the second string, you have to get out of that note and quickly jump to the fifth string. Is it doable? Yes. I find it a little awkward. So that's something. That's just something from classical technique that I've done a lot of, so for me it's really comfortable. So if you look right here, going from the D minor into the C chord, if your fourth finger is on that, I hope I have the mouse enabled so you can see what I'm pointing to, but if that second string and that purple note, that purple 3, and then going to the other purple 3 for the C chord, that's a bit of an awkward jump to go from there to there. So I find it easier to use my fourth finger for the D minor chord. So how you want to work on these ones is you want to try to think of doing each one as a pattern. So let's take the D minor chord, this D minor chord. So what I'm doing is doing my thumb on the fourth string, index finger or I finger on the third string, and then M and A, or middle, and ring finger on the top 2 strings. Back to the I finger, and then back to M and A. That's awkward. If you've never done that stuff before, that's probably going to feel weird. Talked about this before. Loops. Try to take just little portions and turn it into loops. Let's see what we got here. C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor, F major 7. Okay. Here's a perfect example of working on your economy of movement. F major 7 and the C chord, your index finger on the 2nd string is a shared note. So don't reset all of your fingers when you do that change. Don't do F major 7, release all your fingers, and then put them back down for the C. Leave your 1st finger as you do that switch. It's the same thing. I would probably take that, turn that into a loop. Back and forth between those 2 ones. What else do we got here? I think those are the main ones. Yes, let's skip to the G minor. I've already heard people sort of saying that this is a difficult one to get into. So if you look right here, you see this gap? That's your chance. When you're doing the D minor, as soon as you finish that note, get out and try to get into position for the G minor. What fingers do you use? I'll show you what I do, and it may or may not work for you. This is something that you kind of have to sort out for yourself, which is the best way, but I'll talk about the way that I do it. I use 2nd finger on the 6th string, and then 3rd and 4th finger on the 3rd and 2nd strings. So, same thing. I would take a chord pair and try to work on that pattern there. Same thing. I'm right hand fingers P, I, M, and A on the top. P, I, M, and A, and then switching over to the C chord. P, I, M, and A, and then finally the F major 7. P, I, M, and A. So same thing from the C going into the F major 7. Don't move your first finger. So that pretty much, I think that covers really those problem spots. But that G minor, some people might, I suppose you could do 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, but I find that that's a little bit awkward to try to get, again, that 3rd finger from the 2nd string all the way over to the 5th string. So for me, oops, having the 3rd finger on the 3rd string is just a little bit closer. It makes it easier to get into that C chord. But other than that, I think that pretty much covers that one. I'm gonna see. Let's see. Wait. I'll play it one more time, just because I like it, and let's see if I can get a gold run. At least finish off that part 1. Whoops. I'm okay with that.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Okay, I want to actually go over one little thing, and another reason why I use my fourth finger is right here, going from the D minor into the G minor. If I use my fourth finger on the second string, that's a shared note between the D minor into the G minor. So I don't actually have to move that finger to go into the G minor chord. So later on, let's see here. Right there. So we're doing this loop. So we have F major 7, D minor, fourth finger on the second string, switch over to G minor, leave your fourth finger there. So, would I say that you have to do it this way? Absolutely not. But for me, it makes it easier. Okay, so the dreaded level 13 song. This is something that I've worked on a little bit, and it's not. I find this one really fun to play, to be honest. It's difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not like I can just wake up in the middle of the night and play it perfectly in my first run. No, I mean, I don't even know how well I'm going to do this today, but I love everything about this one as far as the sound of it, the rhythms, and the challenge of it. It's just fun to play. This plays into a lot of the things that I've practiced throughout the years as far as exercises and fingerings go. I've practiced a lot of things like this, so this didn't take me long to get to the point that I was fairly confident and comfortable with it. But today's a new day, so let's see how I do.
Well done.
First run.
You can continue to...
Okay, so I'll break this down. This one definitely needs some things to be broken down. And I want to talk about relating hard level songs to easier stuff. A lot of people will look at something like this and go, well, I'm not even going to look at that because that's too hard, and I'm not at that level, and I can't attempt anything remotely close to that, and it doesn't apply to me. Well, I kind of disagree. I think you can find benefit in almost any piece, even easier pieces. For me, I go back and I play easier pieces, easier songs, because I can always make things better. I can improve on my tone. I can play it tighter. I can add dynamics. All of these things make the music sound more interesting to listen to and to play. So the most important part of this thing is going to be patterns. Okay, so, and little things. Even if you took one little thing out of this, it's going to benefit you as a lower level player. This is a perfect example of practicing a speed burst. Breaking things down into little tiny little things, and every person is going to break it down into a different length. One person might be able to do a longer chunk of notes, and another person might only play 2 or 3 notes. So this part here, that is an awkward shape. So that is definitely something that you would want to isolate and spend some time with. So that's pretty much that section. I'm not going to go too in detail to this. That's kind of awkward. And I'm doing a sweep on the higher notes. Down, down. And this part here is all about position shifts. So there I'm thinking first finger is on 5th fret, shift up to 6th fret, and then shift up to 7th fret. So there's like 3 quick position shifts. 5th fret, 6th, 7th fret. There's a little nice little sequence. And that's this part right here. So I'm just doing 8 of those notes. 8, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, up to 10. That's pretty tricky. Hammer on, pull off. And I won't get into too much detail for now. I'll probably be doing a tutorial of this one anyway. So, and my favorite part of the entire song, believe it or not, I've changed the fingerings on this. And as you can see, I've got it memorized. I am not reading this. This is definitely one of those ones where if you don't have it memorized, you're probably not going to be able to play it very well. You want to have this totally in your head. I've changed the fingerings on this. I kind of feel that things should be a pattern. Okay, so this part here, I'm playing on 2 strings. So in this tab, it's 3 strings. Goes from 3rd string to 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. I play this entire until the sweep. I play this entire thing on that part there. I didn't go to my 2nd string at all. The reason why I do that is because that playing on only 2 strings fits into a perfect pattern for this section here, which is the same notes an octave higher, except only played on 2 strings. So to me, it doesn't make sense to play this section on 3 strings and then play the exact same notes an octave higher on 2 strings. So I'm keeping the pattern the same for my fretting hand. I'm probably going to tab this out. If you guys would like a tab of this, I'm pretty sure Craig might want a tab of this. I'll put this up on my a download link on my Patreon. Just this one section, just so you can think of it as a loop and as an exercise. And I also do this part completely differently. I do that on 3 strings, even though this one has it on 4 strings. So I'm trying to keep things as compact as possible. So here's the original fingering across 4 strings, whereas I have it across 3. So I'm going to be doing, just so you know, I'm going to be doing more of that, of some exercises catering to specifically to songs in the challenges. So same thing with the fingerpicking one. If I know Chrissy really likes that one, so if you wanted me to do some exercises or loops and tab that out for that fingerpicking song, if anybody else is interested, but it's going to be on my Patreon only, so if you are not a Patreon, you won't be able to download it. But let me know in the comments if anybody is interested in that. I'll be doing tabs and stuff like that, so I want that to make that a weekly thing where I'm doing exercises that are going to help you be able to play the songs in the challenge. Here's another section. So that's pretty awkward. There's different ways of fingering it. You can bar that, or you can do individual fingers. I'm doing individual, but I'm pretty sure most people would be more comfortable for that 10-10, those 3 10s in a row, to do barring with your 3rd finger. Okay, so there's a lot of chromaticism in this one. For example, that part. And this is the reason why I find this one easy, is because it fits into a lot of things, like, for example, Flight of the Bumblebee. Flight of the Bumblebee has a lot of chromaticism, so that kind of stuff I've worked on a lot. So I find them fairly easy to memorize. Another pattern. So, and that's pretty much the bulk of this one. I could go into more detail on it, but I'll save that for a tutorial. Let's go for another gold... Well, I don't know if I can do a gold star run live. Let's go for another run. run. Not great, but better.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Okay, so that is the top 15. And on my followers list, got Kawaii Dragon with a cat pick. And there we go. Well, it's only showing up to 9 players. So, Row Code, Craig, James, Jonathan, me, Craig, Kawaii, Dragon, Row Code, Jonu, and Lloyd. Due to Smunk. I am going to try that again. I think I can do better than that.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
I'm gonna give her one more try, making silly mistakes, and then I will possibly do that later on, because this is, I'm just sort of not in the zone yet. So, yeah, I just broke a string right in the middle of that run. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. That was kind of funny. Alright. Kind of amusing. Okay, let's try that again. One note? Was that one note?
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Ah, so close. What to do, what to do. Okay, I might come back to this one. That was close. Shall we do a little bass? Bass, anyone? Let's try the... I'll do the one of One of the bass challenges. Maybe 2. We'll see. You people are so demanding. Let's see if Mike's scores. People are screaming for Mike scores. Let's see if Mike's scores show up. Nope. Sorry. Nope. I can't scroll. Oh, that's too funny. What do we got? For this one. This one's a nice one. We've got... There's Mike. There's James. There's Aaron. Etc., etc., etc. There's me at 17th. Not a great score. And then, let's see here. Look at that. There we go. Happy Mike, number 1 in my following list. So there you go. Yeah. Come on, Dudus Monk. You're at the bottom. Anyway. So there you have it. Let's go back to bass. Let's see here. I'm just gonna... Oh, that's level 4. Okay. Level 5. Alright, let's do this one.
Are you sure your bass is in tune?
Okay. Not far off. Not a whole lot of you from the Facebook group are playing this one. Oops. So, I don't want to rate this song. But this one is fun one to play. This one is about position playing. So if we take a look at this entire section, it's all about playing at 5th position. So your first finger is going to be at the 5th fret. and so the area, the notes that you're playing are going to be on the 5th string. You're going to be doing, sorry, whoops, I'm on the wrong string. 5th string, 5, 7, 8, and then on the next string, 5, 7. So you might want to practice getting those notes down, drilled in, really be confident with those. A little bit of a workout for your 4th finger. Okay, Bruno just said, that I'm not following him. Could that be because I was following Bruno, but you changed your name? Would that make me unfollow you? I don't know. I'm wondering, because I definitely was following you before. So that's a bit strange. Unless that's some strange kind of buggy thing that's happening that others have mentioned about following and unfollowing. Who knows? But let's get back to this one here. So that's that 5, 7, 8 thing. Then the next one is going to be position shifting, or position at 3rd fret. And then there's this one little exception of going to the 2nd position. But mostly about sort of little pockets, areas that you should be playing. But this one is, for bass, it's fun to play. It's not terribly difficult, but it's interesting enough that it's cool and it's fun to play. So there you go. That one's a cool one. I'll probably spend a little bit more time on all of these ones. Let me just take a look at this one. Oh, look at that. I haven't gold started yet. Just a quick look at this one just to see if it's... yeah, that's mostly a back and forth kind of a thing here. Kind of a back and forth bouncing, walking bass line. Just so you guys know, there's, I don't want to get into it, but there's going to be, coming up soon, hopefully this week, will be a video, and I'll be doing an announcement of something pretty cool, a cool project that I'm going to be working on, so stay tuned for that. That's pretty much been taking up a lot of my time lately. It's been a busy week. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for me. I'm going to be doing lots of video recording tomorrow and preparing some things. Lots of tutorials coming up. There's a Creatures of My Mind fingerpicking tutorial that's going to be coming up soon. I'm going to be doing, there's 2 other musician players from the group that I have done a collab, or I'm working on a collab video with. So stay tuned to that. That's going to be coming up soon. I've already recorded the video for a lot of these things, and it's just a matter of sitting down and having the time to edit. But there are many videos that I'm going to be working up soon. Another collab video with, I don't know if I want to give it away who the 2 people that I'm working with right now for these collabs, but stay tuned. Those videos are coming up in the next week, a couple of weeks. I also have an outtakes video that I'm going to be doing of Julian, so that's pretty funny. So that's going to be coming up. And let's see here, what else? Just a lot of stuff going on that I'm working on. It's crazy how much stuff that I've been, things have been picking up, and how many things I've sort of been trying to prepare ahead of time. So keep that in mind and take a look. Keep your eye on my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like and share and all that stuff. Also, post some comments. Really helps out when you guys talk to me on the page. I can't stress that enough. Like, if you guys have questions for me, I know you have me on the Facebook group and elsewhere. But if you guys can post some comments if you have questions and stuff directly to the YouTube videos, that really helps me out as far as YouTube views as well as engagement. So would love for you guys to post a little bit more comments on my actual YouTube videos. So I'm kind of all over the place today. Just hold on one second. I want to mute things here. Okay, so we're going to take a little side tangent here. I'm going to show you a couple of things. The first thing that I did when you guys first sort of logged on, I'm going to show you how ridiculous some of the things that I practice is. I was doing a little bit, I'll do another run of it now that I'm a little bit more warmed up. This is one of my personal exercises. I'll play this in a second, but I'll just put it in practice mode just so you can see what it is and how long it is. So this is, whoops, that's the wrong one. I want this one. So I intentionally made this as a full song, but it's a whole whack of notes. So I'm going to take it into practice mode specifically because I want to see exactly how many notes this one single solitary exercise is. So this is one exercise in a whole crap load of notes. Whoops. A friend of mine, she went to Peru. I'm not gonna. Don't worry, I'm not gonna try to do this exercise with this. I can't even make a note out of this thing. So this is called either a Kenya or a Quenya or something. I'm thinking Kenya, Ken something. Let's see. What does it say? So that's what it's called. Kenya, Quenya. I don't know. Anyway, I can't even get a note out of this thing. I'm going to spend literally 2 minutes. So don't worry. I'm not going to torture you guys with this. It's going to be. It's really hard to get the embouchure with this thing. So that's what it looks like. And I'm not good with wind instruments. Basically, I'll blow into this thing for 30 seconds to 5 minutes. I won't even get a note out of it. Yep, see, I'm useless. Nope, can't do it. I can do it, but I'm not going to spend... not going to have you guys staring at me failing miserably at this thing. But it's got a neat little, I don't know if you can see that, but little tip there. It's kind of interesting, but it's neat. It's cool. I'm going to give a run of this one here, and hold on a second. Okay, so this is one of my exercises that I work on. It's ridiculous. Again, I'm going to put this into... Whoops. Nope, that's not what I want. How do I close this without... I can't see. Let's see if that works. Oops. There we go. Put this into auto mode, and purely because I want to see how many notes that this is. So one of the newest features of Yousician is note count and playtime. So if you go out, I'll back out here. If you go and you click on your name up here, you'll get to this screen. And I love this feature. It used to be in GuitarBots, and then it was gone, and I've really missed it. So here's my playtime, 194 hours, and that's over quite some time. That's over a year, approximately a year's worth of time. 27 hours in practice time, and 1.5 million notes played, 222 hours total playtime. So, really, really cool feature. So it got me thinking, what would it take to really up my note count? And I was going through my songs and trying to find something what was the longest song with the most notes that I have, and it was this one here. And I call a marathon because I'm just playing non-stop. So this might be a little bit boring for you guys to watch, but hopefully it's interesting enough to see just how long this is and how many notes I actually end up playing by playing through this exercise only once. So let's see how many notes I am actually playing. So there you go, 841 notes. So just shy of 1,000. So a lot of notes. Pretty ridiculous. So if I just sat there and played this one over and over and over again, I bet I could get a ridiculous play count. So let's see. I don't know when that updates that, but anyway, let's see here. I wanted to try doing, although I'm not feeling great today. I wanted to try doing a. I'm not going to spend too much time. Let's try doing a gold star run of Bumblebee, but I'm not feeling it today, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen today. But I should at least give it a try. So here we go. I'll keep this down to a minimum of tries. I'm not going to sit here again and play it 50 billion times and have you guys just watch me play it over and over and over again. So I'll just do a couple of tries, and if I'm not feeling it, then it's not going to happen. Okay, not too bad. Better than I
Well done.
thought.
You can continue to the next exercise.
I'll do 2 more runs max. Hopefully only 1. Notes? 3
Almost
notes?
perfect.
How many notes
Next
was that?
time, you'll nail it.
Well, if it was 2 notes, that's 2 notes too many, but it was close. One of these weeks, I'm telling you, one of these weeks I'll get a gold star of that live. Working on it. That's sort of my personal sort of challenges right now, is that I want to be able to do a lot of this stuff live. So, and the other one that I wanted to do was Asha and Lada. And then maybe I'll play a little bit of classical after that. Ah! You gotta be kidding me.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Anyway, that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Close. Very, 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 very close. It's funny how you can be, you can work on something so much, and you feel so confident with it, and then you go and you try it, and and then use other songs. Like, for example, that one, I haven't been working on that one as much as Bumblebee, and my first try, I get a better run out of the Bumblebee one, which I was probably working on more. It's funny how it works. It's same with me as with you guys. It's just, you never know when you're going to be in that zone where you just nail things. And like last week, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just feeling it, and things were really happening until Julian came and crashed, which was pretty funny. But yeah. So let's see. I want to try this one more time. Gah! Okay. Blah. Alright. I think it's time for me to change things up a bit. I'll do a little bit of classical. Let me mute things here so you guys don't hear too much noise. Okay. What am I working on? I am working on being in tune. So there's this, actually I've been working on this piece, it's more of an exercise than anything else, for a long time. You're supposed to be doing a technique with classical called planting. I'm not going to bother with the whole planting part of it at this point, but it's essentially an exercise, a rolling with your fingers exercise, being P-I-M-A, so you're just, essentially the whole piece is just doing that. And that in itself is not necessarily difficult, but it's getting it super smooth that's hard. Let's try that again. So, what's the whole point of this, and how would this help even... This is a really good exercise for just control, and it would really help for things like this one here. So, while there are more things involved with this one, as far as fingerings for your right hand, every exercise, and this is a good chance for me to just talk about why am I able to play certain songs, like a level 13 song. It's a lot of the stuff that you guys don't see, which is a lot of what I call grunt work, of just slaving away with exercises. I mean, it's ridiculous how many exercises that I do. It's stupid. Does that mean that you guys should do that? No, not necessarily, but implementing at least some of that, like for example for this, that sort of ties in directly with the planting thing that I just played. The only difference is instead of P-I-M-A as individual notes, it's P-I and then M and A together. So if we can do... If that's easy for you, doing something like this at a slower tempo is going to be easier for you as well. So, I've actually never played Yousician with my classical. Mind you, I am plugged in. So, I'm not sure. And this is a really lousy pickup. So sorry, I'm reading chat. I don't know how good the recognition, because it's a lousy pickup. So someone he mentioned flamenco. I am not good at flamenco. My buddy Chris Schultz, he is excellent at well, I don't know if he's done flamenco in a long time, so I don't know how good a shape he is in right now, but he's an awesome player. But he used to be pretty into flamenco. Flamenco is a whole other animal. It's about actually doing the reverse of the action. Like, if you're curling your finger in, it's like the Mrs. Torrance thing. If you're curling your finger in for to play notes, flamenco there's a technique called rasgueado, where you actually do the opposite, where you're actually flicking your fingers out, like so. This is going to be kind of loud, so I don't know how loud this is, but it might be brutally loud, so we'll see. Oh, maybe not. We're okay. So, I'm actually flicking my fingers against the strings. So that's sort of the concept there. I'm not good at it. I've worked on it a little bit, but not a whole lot. So that's a whole other animal there. Anyway, so that's a little bit of classical for you. I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. I think I will do... Let's see here. I'll do one more song on electric. Let me kill the volume so I can switch without getting any noise. I'm not sure what you guys want to hear. I could do another one of these ones. Another different song here. Maybe one of my exercises, and just freak you guys out with some of the stupid stuff that I practice. If you guys would like to see more exercises, I can upload them into the game. Probably shorter ones than some of the ones that I'm showing you guys here. Some of these things are pretty... I actually don't have a lot of my, what I call marathon runs in the game right now. So, I don't have a lot of that right now. So, actually, I don't really have a whole lot of my exercises. I have a lot of exercises that I used to have uploaded into Yousician from when it was called Guitar Bots, but that was a while ago. Let's take a look at my favorites here. Oh, Disco Daddy. I have not worked on Disco Daddy. Somebody suggested it. That's something that I'd have to, let's see here. That's something that I'd have to practice for sure. I mean, yeah, I haven't even finished it, so, you want to see some, failure? This will definitely be failure. That's definitely a memorization.
I'm sure you
one.
can do better.
So it's not one that you can... That one's pretty awesome. Definitely not one that you can just read. It's not a reading one. You either know how to play that one, or you don't. So it's just... Yeah. So I get requests every once in a while of certain songs that I've never worked on, and sometimes there's songs like that, and it's just... It's not going to happen because I just don't know them. It's just one of those things where you either know how it goes or it simply is not going to happen. Let me end this off with something. I don't know how well this is going to go. So this is going to be an upcoming tutorial. Let's see how I do this one. not a great run.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
What do you got here? So that's your top 15, top 11. And then, follows list. Always James. Always tough to beat James. Aaron, look at that, number 3. For some reason, not refreshing much here. Only 5 people that's showing up. Even though I know many more of you guys have played this one. Okay, I think that pretty much is going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, a lot of new things are going to be coming up soon. Lots of videos in the pipeline. Lots of tutorials coming up that I've already planned on doing. I have some collaborations coming up. So that's pretty exciting. Thanks guys for joining. Just a reminder, if you watch this and you've never played Yousician, there's a download link in the description box. Also, if you are already a player, check out the Facebook group in the description box as well for the link. And also my Patreon page. If you end up being one of my patrons, that would be amazing. Link is in the description box. Yeah, keep an eye on my channel. There's going to be some announcements, some video announcements coming up soon. As well, please comment on my videos and let me know. It always sort of gives me some great ideas to do future stuff with. So that's where I get a lot of my ideas from, and helps me cater all of my videos and my streams to get what you guys want. So the more feedback you guys give me, the more I can cater these streams to what you guys want to see. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up. I will be streaming again next Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can see a video coming out on Wednesday. So, every Wednesday. Pretty much it. Okay, yeah, and next week I'll be trying another attempt at the Flight of the Bumblebee. Hopefully I can get that with 2 fewer notes than today. Thanks guys, no Julian today. Unfortunately, he's lurking about, but I'm sure he'll make an appearance another time. See you guys.